FIFA Confederation Cup semifinals. Who will make it to St. Petersburg Sunday night to take on the winner of tomorrow night's semi between Germany and Mexico? It is Portugal in red. It is Chile changing to white. It is a lovely evening here in Tatarstan. And what sort of a game do we have in store?
And the key to this system, and it is a 4-4-2 diamond from Chile, but it also can look at a 4-3-3 at times. And the key player I was going to say is Arturo Vidal in midfield, because he has the tactical flexibility to either drop back into midfield or he pushes high when they look to press Portugal deep in their end. And he has the engine to do it.
Claudio Bravo on the ball, made his first appearance for 2 months against Australia, suffered a calf injury in April. Playing with Manchester City, played that tough ball to Eduardo Vargas, which led to the Australian goal. It's Vargas trying to settle that ball down. Clipped in for Vidal. And Bravo is not a very good record at all against Cristiano Ronaldo. He's conceded 12 goals to Ronaldo in 11 games as they played against each other in the Spanish league. Either side of El Clasico, Real Madrid, Barcelona, but also mainly from Bravo's time with Real Sociedad. In fact, the Spanish press calculated that only one goalkeeper has conceded more goals in Ronaldo's career than Claudio Bravo. And here they come perhaps right now. It's Andre Gomes getting an attempt away. It's a comfortable first save for Bravo to make.
Well, it's a comfortable save, John, but those are the moments we talked about in the pregame that were going to be key for this Portuguese side today, and it was an outlet, having a way to get past this Chilean press. It was Andre Silva. He picked up the ball, did so well in traffic to then release Bernardo Silva on that right-hand side. Good piece of build-up there by the Portuguese.
Bravo made 2 saves in the draw with Australia. Sunday afternoon in Moscow, Portugal coming in off the back of their comfortable 4-0 win over New Zealand. That was on Saturday in St. Petersburg. It's pressure from Andre Gomes to knock it away from Mauricio Isla. William trying to return for Andre Gomes. He was right on the offside line, ended up being intercepted anyway. And rolled just a little bit too far for Vidal. Cedric, who was listed as out injured for the New Zealand game and back in there tonight, able to pick it up.
Portugal had a very narrow shape defensively, inviting Chile to beat them down the wings. They're clogging up the middle, limiting space for Vidal, for Sanchez, for Vargas. And it's worked well so far. Their spacing between the lines has been excellent. No little pockets for the Chilean attackers to pick it up.
Bruno Alves over the top for Andre Silva. 8 goals in his first 11 games for Portugal. Tangle the legs with Mauricio Isla and a free kick down to the corner for Portugal. And there are the 2 players who were out, or 1 suspended, 1 injured. Pepe and Rafael Guerrero watching in the stands tonight.
This was the shot earlier from Gomes, but that foul you just saw from Isla, there's no need to commit that foul on Andre Silva. He's held up the ball, but he's going away from goal. He has no support in numbers. Just keep him in front of you. There's no need to make a challenge there, and now you've given an opportunity for Portugal, who are very good on set pieces. I just wonder, there's a little conversation going on between Bernardo Silva down here in the corner, maybe a little bit of trickery. I'd imagine it's going to be an out-swinging ball with the left foot.
Adrian Silva and Bernardo Silva standing over. They've scored 1 goal off the set piece of this tournament, but they also won a penalty against New Zealand off the set piece as well. It'll be Bernardo Silva to swing it out. Bravo, let it go all the way through to the far side. Bruno Alves trying to recenter. Ronaldo was up for it, but that's comfortably wide.
Well, he's got an excellent leap, Cristiano Ronaldo, with his athletic ability, and he's just trying to get up and head this one back. He knows he's going away from goal, can't generate enough power. Trying to find William. And he can have some success today, Cristiano Ronaldo, in the air. If he can get service from wide from Portugal, let him go up and attack it.
Not much of a history between these 2 nations, and it depends a little bit on whether you count the 1928 Olympics in that history. That was at a time when Before the World Cup, it was the World Championship of the sport. There's a recent friendly between these two, but you got a lot of familiarity on that field from the club level. Players that have played with and against one another. And a couple of new teammates, including Bernardo Silva of Portugal, who'll be joining up with Chile's Claudio Bravo at Manchester City when this tournament is done. Bravo looking long. Vidal sizing it up. Out jumps. Bruno Alves picked up though in the middle. Aranguiz for Alexis Sanchez looking to roll in. Eduardo Vargas is onside. Saved. Rui Patricio able to get out off his line. Chile hold it in on the far side. Bolseyor. Alexis once more. It's Vidal making the run. Bolseyor closing as well. It's going to be out for a goal kick. Rui Patricio passing his first big test.
And the first time Chile have been able to find space through the middle. A hint of offside. But Vargas is caught in two minds here. He doesn't know whether he wants to round Patricio. He has a little look up. He knows where he is right now in this moment. And instead of taking it early, he allows the goalkeeper, Patricio, to close down the angle. And he's just trying to wrap it around him with his right foot instead of dragging it across and going with his left. Huge opportunity for Chile.
Marcelo Diaz looking to play direct to Alexis and headed away by Bruno Alves. Ronaldo is sneaking in behind of Diaz. The early cross to the far side. Another big save by Claudio Bravo, this time to deny Andre Silva. But a very fun pace to this inside of 7 minutes.
And he just finds space, Cristiano Ronaldo, in the channels behind the fullback. And look at that pass, just perfectly weighted between the defender and the goalkeeper, and Bravo comes up with a big save. Much like Patricio at the other end, he comes off his line quickly, narrows down the angle. Two huge saves from both goalkeepers to keep this one at zeros.
More of this, please. Bravo with 2 saves made matches his total from the Australia game as Gary Medell's able to clear that cross away.
More of this is right, John. A fantastic tempo to this game. And you'd want your two talisman. Andre Silva, prolific goal scorer for Portugal, gets an opportunity at one end, and down the other it was Vargas. He's on 34 goals for his country, all inches away from 35.
Andre Silva able to shepherd that out for the first corner of the game for Portugal.
And coming in this one, we talked about moments for Portugal, and can other players step up? If Cristiano Ronaldo had multiple defenders around him, and that was certainly one there. He would have been hoping that Silva put that one in the back of the net.
It's Adrian Silva to swing in this corner. William was the target. Bruno Alves holds it in, and that shot's going to be blasted well over the top by Andre Gomes.
And he takes a touch here. Should have adjusted his body and his feet before it arrived to him, knowing it was going to be laid off. And as he takes that touch, the space had closed down. He's rushing the shot, leaning back, going flying over. It's interesting, Portugal pressing high up the field here, forcing Claudio Bravo to play long. They were looking to play out of the back. Ideally wanting the two center backs to come running at this one to win this.
Alexis held in that attempted outlet ball. William Vidal knocking it down to the feet of Vargas, who couldn't do anything with it, but the flag was, that's a dangerous play rather, was the decision of the referee. And here we go, a little bit of pushing and shoving, a little bit of motion boiling over already.
Not like Vidal to be involved in these types of altercations. A real competitive edge to him.
He and Eliseo are still at arm's length of one another. And Alireza Fagani, we saw him, we commented on this last Thursday, the Germany-Chile match. A couple of fouls we thought could easily have been yellow cards. He elected not to show a yellow for it. Never really boiled up as a result of that, though.
Yeah, he did. He had an excellent understanding of the game to let it go, and it's just a little bit after. Bruno Alves was holding Vidal's arm, a little pushing and shoving. Not much going on there.
And Vidal, who was asked coming in questions about Cristiano Ronaldo, and among his answers said, we're not playing Cristiano Ronaldo, we're playing Portugal. An important difference that even those of us up here sometimes forget. The other 10 players out there. There's a clearance there by Jara, ended up being held straight back in. Andre Gomes out wide, Cristiano Ronaldo. Eliseu was just going to get there, couldn't do really anything with it, and commits a foul regardless. And well, Guyzz is quite upset about something that happened at the end of that play.
The referee's on top of it again, just having a quiet word, making sure it's under control. But the play earlier there from Guyzz was excellent to come over and cover Isla, because Cristiano Ronaldo is really floating out on this left-hand side, trying to find space, trying to match up 1-against-1 against Isla, and that was the area of the field that he had the cross for Andre Silva. So Guyzz recognizing it that time and coming 2-against-1, forcing him to go backwards.
Guyzz, it's a heavy angle on that ball, but it's good speed by Vargas to get there in time. Work on Eliseu, back inside for Guyzz, looking for Isla now. And he can't do anything with it.
These wide areas are really going to be key in this game. Space in behind both fullbacks when they're looking to press up the field. In transition, can they get behind quickly? Little pieces of movement, runners off the ball, and service into the box.
Collision of Chilean defenders allowing Ronaldo to get on the ball. Andre Silva making his way in the middle. It was Jara there, had to get that right, diving into the edge of the box. Has to defend Ronaldo once more. Now here comes the cross, volleyed away. It was Diaz tracking back to help out. A third opportunity for Ronaldo. A second cross past everyone this time.
Those two Chilean defenders go up for the ball together on this challenge, collided and allowed this space for Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's an excellently timed challenge by Jara. He has to get it right. He's right on the edge of the box. Ronaldo's quick feet, just to be able to dance by so many times. We've seen him do that, glide past the defenders. And Jara gets that one correct.
Well, one in the air by Pablo Hernandez, but too much for Alexis to do anything about. Referee let the tangle of bodies go as Portugal's on the ball. Ronaldo once again flaring out wide to pick it up. Marcelo Diaz there to meet him. Inside for Andre Silva. Back out for Andre Gomes. Moving on once more. Guyzz getting a foot in. Jose Fonte in for Bernardo Silva. Quick little combination there with Andre and Silva. And now hooking it once more wide for Ronaldo. Mauricio Isla waiting for him. Support from Vidal. Rolled in for Bernardo Silva, who made the run all the way from the right side. Diaz defending. Eliseu, chance to hook in this cross. Andre Gomes was the target. Good sprint by Cedric to get there on the far side. Alexis defending him. Can't prevent the cross. Ronaldo was there to attack it. Vidal was there first. Behind the play, Rui Patricio dancing around trying to stay warm. Long spell of attacking possession here for Portugal. And Cedric's back heel let him down. Space and time for Mauricio Isla. Guyzz battling with William and wins a free kick. As you see the early possession edge for Portugal just about to the quarter-hour mark. Guyzz in for Vidal, able to turn, able to play, or trying to at least for Vargas. Eliseu cut him off, still work for him to do, and he concedes an attacking throw into Chile. Isla down with a shout. Andre Gomes was there. It's just going to be a throw, it looks like.
And they were whistling. The Chilean players were signaling for a free kick. They're not going to get it.
Vidal for Aranguiz. Isla. Aranguiz looking to return. There was a tangle of legs with Eliseu, and that's going to prevent Isla from getting to that ball. They're arguing for a foul. They're not going to get Chile. Quarter hour gone here in Kazan. 3 saves forced out of the 2 goalkeepers combined. These are 2 teams that neither was overly spectacular in the group stage. That's going to be a foul that Ronaldo drew. Portugal was able to cruise past New Zealand after a late draw with Mexico and a narrow win over Russia. Chile beat Cameroon with 2 late goals and then a pair of draws to Germany and Australia. But it's worth noting that last summer each team did pretty much the exact same thing. It was 3 draws out of 3 in the group stage for Portugal. Stage beating Argentina. Vargas, that cross knocked down by Andre Gomes. It's going to be Chile's first corner of the game.
I think it is those statistics, John, is a testament to how these 2 teams get better as tournaments go on, and specifically in the Euros for Portugal. And Fernando Santos talked about it, the ability for his team to suffer.
Played in short for Isla. He'll hook in the cross. Ronaldo there to meet it. Jean Bossayor will let fly through traffic, and that's well wide.
And at that point, it becomes a mentality of not wanting to concede goals, of going that extra yard to close down space. And that's why I'm surprised so early in this game that 2 good chances, one on both ends. Huge opportunities to go ahead. And instead, we're still at 0s. And now you imagine the longer this game goes on, the tempo might drop a little bit. It's going to become more of a tactical battle.
Medel out-muscling Ronaldo. Jose Fonte almost misjudged the bounce of that ball. Andre Gomes, great little touch to spin away. Rolled in the channel a little bit too far for Andre Silva. Bravo looking to outlet for Alexis, who's offside. Scored his 38th international goal for Chile against Germany in this building last week, breaking the previous record, and is now #1 all-time for Chile. Cristiano Ronaldo on the other side, up to 75 goals, the most in Portuguese history. As that ball's dribbled out by Andre Gomes. Interesting connection between the 2 managers. Fernando Santos of Portugal, Juan Antonio Pizzi of Chile. For more, Maria Camonaya down on the field.
Fernando Santos used to coach Juan Pizzi at Porto in 2000. Fernando Santos told us yesterday that he remembered Pizzi very well. And though Pizzi joined his club after knee injury, he was a good player, gentleman on the field, and a big professional. Santos added he knew at the time Pizzi's future was in football too. And Pizzi called Santos yesterday a great hero for all Portuguese football.
Now it's Pablo Hernandez who's down. It looked dangerous for a moment there as Chile gave it away, but Portugal couldn't do anything with it. And as Hernandez remains down, the Chilean players surrounding the referee, wanting some punishment for William.
Yeah, there's nothing malicious in that. Williams trying to get the ball. It looks like it was on the follow-through from Fernandez as he caught just a little bit of a clip off of his boot.
What's the line there between malicious intent and still being a little bit careless and dangerous?
Exposing the studs, and it looked like William in that occasion, he got there first. And if Hernandez hadn't kicked his foot, they're both challenging for that ball. It was a 50-50.
Interesting to see the different groups of conversations in these types of moments. Aranguiz and Vargas coming over to the Chilean bench. Claudio Bravo coming to talk with Arturo Vidal.
Oh, and it's a Big save from Bravo. He makes himself so big here. Oftentimes you see those roll under the legs, and it actually catches his backside a little bit and just kept it out. Took a little spin off it, took the sting off it. Either side of him there, Andre Silva has to do better on that look, because Bravo was not able to get there in time. Just pick a corner, 1-0.
That was in the 7th minute. It was just after Eduardo Vargas forced to save 1v1 from Rui Patricio. It slowed down a little bit since. Hernandez stays out there.
Well, to this point, John, this has gone Portugal's way. They've been able to get numbers behind the ball, get organized in their 2 banks of 4, the 2 high. They've done an excellent job of finding those higher outlets in Silva and Ronaldo. And Ronaldo's finding all kinds of space on the left. And Chile have just been unable to impose their will, that high press, that high tempo, trying to play on the break as well.
So Jose Fonte, their number 6 for Portugal. He's in for the suspended Pepe. Stepping forward to knock it away. Started against Mexico. He was the player that Hector Moreno out-muscled to get their late goal, and Fonte hasn't played since, as that is beyond Vargas. Aranguiz holds in the attempted clearance. Isla just returning it in. Aranguiz nowhere to go, though. Bolsayor. Alexis wants it off his foot and gets it. Alexis crossing in. Jose Fonte there with the header. Down off the chest of Andre Silva, who's holding his ankle in pain behind the play. And Portugal continue forward. It's Ronaldo on the ball. It's Bernardo Silva on the far side. Ronaldo around 1, trying to get around a 2nd. Heading off in there, Adrian Silva. Surrounded, gets it away for Bernardo Silva. Driving to the byline, looking to cut it across. Ronaldo was attacking. Too many Chilean players in there. They hold in any attempted clearance. It's Eliseu who's come forward. Eliseu's attempt was blocked by Diaz. Adrian Silva now is looking to hook that around. Comfortable save for Bravo. And man down behind the play, and a very key man for Portugal, Andre Silva.
And what a challenge, though, in the box by Isla, because Gomez was arriving, trying to get on the end of that one. But what a break from Portugal. Again, it was Andre Silva. He was brave. He uses his big frame to lay the ball off. Then they found Ronaldo on this left-hand side, and he showed great patience and awareness, because as he's cutting in to try and get on that right foot, and we're going to get a yellow card for that challenge at midfield.
Gonzalo Jara, one of those top 7 all-time appearance leaders in Chilean national team history. Shown the yellow. There are no yellow cards hanging over anyone from the group stage. No one will be suspended for the final unless they're sent off tonight.
He just catches him after, but this is the bravery we're talking about from Silva, and the awareness. Wonderful piece of skill just to flick it around the corner using his chest. And that got Portugal out on the break.
Well, this is a concern for Portugal. Andre Silva coming off a wonderful first professional season, 21 goals in 44 games for Porto. He's making a $40 million plus move to AC Milan after this tournament. 8 goals in his first 11 for Portugal, and in fact he and Ronaldo have combined for half of Portugal's goals since the beginning of the European Championship last year. He's back out after briefly receiving treatment on the field. And let's see if this game can switch back to the up and down attacking pace we saw early, and maybe not as much a slower slugfest as it's turned into in the 10-minute sense. Alexis knocked off the ball. Andre Gomes who's Bernardo Silva rather out there. And that's going to be too much for Bolsayor to track down. Diaz almost got through William. Portugal trying to outlet the other way.
And that's what Portugal have been so effective today, John, in defensive shape. And when they just set little traps, as soon as Diaz wins that ball. When he comes past one defender, it's 2 or 3 swarming around him. They pick the ball up, and now they have possession again.
Centric for Bernardo Silva, too far. It was great footwork by Adrian Silva there to weave his way through. Centric, who scored his first goal for Portugal to give them the lead late against Mexico. Against Mexico. Coverage starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on FS2. We are, same as you, going to be in front of televisions. We'll be in St. Petersburg is the only difference. Excited to see who comes out of that game, who joins the winner of this one in Sunday night's final in St. Petersburg. In for Vidal from Isla. Pouted out, but it falls to the feet of Alexis. Couldn't play for Vargas. Andre Silva knocking it down for Ronaldo. And Isla, it's a great clean tackle, but it's won immediately back by Andre Gomes, and Portugal continue forward. Adrian Silva handing off wide. It's Cedric out there. His attempt to cross, blocked by Bolseyor. Trying to play for Bernardo Silva, who snuck in behind. He couldn't control that pass from Jose Fonte.
Again, there you get a little look at the referee managing the game. And Isla, you said it, John, it was a clean tackle. He wrapped his leg around. A little bit of contact before the ball, though. Nonetheless, the referee deeming no foul. He does a good job of playing on.
Jump there, allowing Ronaldo to bring it down. Cedric got a second opportunity there, and Vidal just crashes through him. Right off the Portuguese foot for a Chile throw.
And a little stare down after, wasn't it, from Vidal?
We don't tend to put Vidal on those types of conversations with a Messi, with a Ronaldo, with a Zlatan. But a player that just continues year after year after year to play at such a high level, to win just about everything he plays for. Such a key part of what Chile's doing. We'll say your good work on the outside. It's going to find the feet of Hernandez after all. And now here's Vidal. And I guess the question is, at what point might that change? Isla, the touch from Aranguiz. Isla cutting back inside of Andre Gomes. Back for Marcelo Diaz. Alexis, lovely return pass. Bolseyor lifting in the cross. Vargas, no, Vidal, the overhead. Aranguiz miss-hitting it. He had a tight angle there in Rui Patricio, and he just sliced it off.
And it comes from these wide areas, creating 2 against 1s, getting a little run, movement off the ball. Vidal just hooks it round, and Aranguiz just needs to get over the top of this, hit it down into the ground. Almost has too much time to think about it. slices off his right boot, back across goal, force Patricio into a save. Perhaps you pick up the second one. But much better movement from Chile in the attacking third.
Arturo Vidal been watching Iko Para videos online. Half an hour gone here in Kazan. It's starting to pick up a little bit now once again as Bernardo Silva escapes with the ball for Portugal. Boseyor diving in. Clean challenge. And cleared away by Manel. And Vidal got caught late there by William.
He's going to get a yellow card here. Yep. Had a little bit of a tangle earlier with Hernandez. And this one, he catches Vidal late. The referee right on top of it. Absolutely a yellow card.
So one player from each team booked.
Vidal got it under control early, and it's the follow-through. Stamps on his left foot.
Officially, it's 2 saves made by Claudio Bravo in goal for Chile. One save that Rui Patricio had to make. It was those back-to-back 1v1 chances in the opening 10 minutes. The last 2 attempts at goal have been Chile's, including Aranguiz just a moment ago.
Just noticing Portugal starting to squeeze their lines now, get further up. Any back pass from Chile, they're stepping that line of 4 up. Just calling for a late run from midfield, perhaps from Vidal or Aranguiz, just to stretch them and open up those pockets for Alexis Sanchez.
Alexis running in from wide. Bernardo Silva there to cut him off. The cross too far for Vargas. Patricio wanted to go quick, but he was roll it out from the back, or perhaps let it fly. Frustrated shake of the head from Cristiano Ronaldo. Chile have been able to flip. It was a big possession edge early to Portugal. It's now 55% to Chile.
Really starting to spread Portugal out now. Their spacing and their understanding is much better. They figured out the Portuguese press a little bit.
That's what Juan Antonio Pizzi said yesterday. It's our main strength, the priority in our game plan, possession, circulating the ball. Ronaldo Santos talking about how difficult it is to match Chile's movement and figure it out defensively, and almost a bad mistake there. 2 Portuguese players, each thought the other was going to get the ball, almost allowing Alexis Sanchez to steal it away.
And it was just a little misunderstanding between Silva and Fonte. And this is the one where it goes out of play. You can put your hand up and say, I'm sorry. If it goes in the back of the net, you're just looking around, begging for forgiveness. But they get that one, get a little lucky, get the goal kick. And both teams, neither one wants the other to play out of the back, forcing to play long, play right into those center backs.
Diaz lost that ball in the air. Ronaldo now with it. Bernardo Silva, Cedric flying forward on the overlap. He's going to have space and time to get this cross in. Here it comes from Cedric, looking for Andre Gomes on the back post. And good defensive work. And then Aranguiz, the speed to get there. He couldn't keep it in play, though.
Aranguiz, the work he's doing defensively is really helping his team out, because he's been able to get in the front. He almost got one down the other end, that chance that fell to him at the back post, but he keeps working back, 2 against 1. He's doubling down on Ronaldo, and that time he had the awareness and the recognition at the back post to get there and flick that one away.
Another of those indispensables for Chile, playing all but 13 minutes in the last 2 Copa Americas, these last 2 summers that Chile have managed to lift the trophy after 99 years of trying.
He's had an injury-ravaged time at Bayer Leverkusen, but when he's been on the field, he's certainly contributed. Much better season this year than last.
Sayers' long throw. Shouts for a handball not given. Andre Gomes had his attempt to cross, blocked by Diaz. Aranguiz gets it away. Header dangerously to the center of the field there from Bruno Alves. Alexis trying to play for Vargas. He forces Jose Fonte just to play it safe and out for a throw. And you mentioned Arangis 2 summers ago when he signed for Bayer Leverkusen. He picked them over Leicester City, and then a few days in, he suffered an Achilles tendon tear, which ended most of his season. Didn't return until April. And he's watching the club he decided not to sign for, becoming one of the best Cinderella stories we've seen in our lifetimes in sports. And this season, it was an underperforming year for Bayer Leverkusen, but he's been a part of these championships for Chile to help make up for it. Ronaldo trying to knock it down for Andre Silva. Vidal was first to react. Vidal brings it down. Early ball out. Alexis Sanchez. Jose Fonte will get there. And just dribble it out of play. They're going to allow Bolsayor to come forward for the throw. Neither Alexis nor Vidal could do anything with the throw. Ronaldo too much on that header, allowing Chile to get back on the ball. Frustrated body language from him behind the play. Hernandez all the way across for Bolsayor. Alexis the return. Bolsayor, Vargas making the near post run. Cross is blocked. Second corner for Chile upcoming.
It's twice now for Chile. The little combination between Alexis and Bolsayor on that left-hand side. Bolsayor keeps his movement going. He pops the ball inside. Sanchez's lovely weighted pass in behind. And that time Cedric does well to recover and put that one out for a corner.
It'll be Alexis Sanchez to take. All but Andre Silva back to defend for Portugal. Ronaldo there to meet it. Diaz was trying to lay it back down. Comes right back to him. It's worth noting Portugal have been excellent closing halves of this Confederations Cup. 6 of the 7 goals they have scored have come in the final 15 minutes of each half. 3 at the end of the first half, 3 at the end of the second half. In the stage of the game where they've tended to take control. Certainly that was the case against New Zealand. Goals are just a few minutes apart, right around this time of the match on Saturday.
And the way that this game has gone, John, is Chile have started to dominate. They've come right back into this game. They're moving the ball well, but you cannot switch off for a second and get too confident pouring numbers into the attack because of what Portugal possess on the counter. And Ronaldo hasn't been able to find the game the last 5 or 10 minutes, and that's due to Chile's work ethic against the ball. But he's just waiting for that one opportunity.
A little shove at the end there from Vidal on Andre Silva. On the referee's approval. Hernandez dropping in. Right across for Isla. Isla just rolled haphazardly into the middle, but the clearance only as far as Diaz. Great control by Vidal. Early cross in, looking for Alexis. It's going to be Cedric who heads away. He's just not tall enough there to hold it in. Bernardo Silva. William. The return for Bernardo Silva, had to wait for it. All the way across now for Andre Silva. Ronaldo flaring wide as well. It was Isla who went to ground, and Ronaldo danced around him. He's going to engage a second time. Deflected cross. Only as far as Bernardo Silva, who flicks it back out for Ronaldo. Portugal repelled, at least for the moment. Bruno Alves trying to find Bernardo Silva. Couldn't do anything with it.
It's a fantastic atmosphere in here. Chilean fans in full voice now. Traveled a long way to see this team play. It's a 45,000 capacity at the Guyzz Arena. They had
just about all of it full for the Mexico-Russia game over the weekend. Great crowd, a great atmosphere when we were here last Thursday for Germany against Chile. Final 5 minutes of this first half. Who will be making the trip to St. Petersburg for Sunday's final? Who will be, for that matter, making the trip to Moscow for the third place match on Sunday afternoon? Vidal. Hernandez lost his footing. It is going to be a foul. Alves the guilty party. Free kick in a dangerous position upcoming for Chile.
And Alves just gets too tight here. Because Hernandez is comfortable with the ball in control, uses his body well, draws the foul and the contact.
Well, Reza Fagani, the referee, not appreciating that Ronaldo made a 40-yard sprint over to argue with him. Patricio, just the one save tonight. Hasn't been tested much in this tournament. 5 saves on 7 shots on goal that he's faced. Playing every minute so far. It's Charles Aranguiz to stand over it for Chile. It's once again all but one. Bernardo Silva back to defend for Portugal. And the noise starting to swell up inside the Kazan Arena. Aranguiz, William stooping low, able to head it away. And Cedric first to the loose ball. Outlet, though, was too far for Andre Gomes, and Diaz sends it in the stands. Well, long by Cedric, looking for Ronaldo. Misjudged there by Aranguiz in the air, allowing Ronaldo to get on the end of it. Waiting for support. Eliseu. Eliseu will hook in the cross. It's an awkward tangle of bodies. Bravo had to come flying out on Andre Silva, who's crossed back into the middle for Andre Gomes. He is cleared away. There'll be a yellow card.
Well, the Chilean players are surrounding the referee as well. They felt it was a handball, I believe, on Silva at the back post as he goes up to challenge for this one.
Andre Silva shown the yellow.
And it does. It hits his right hand. It's a handball that was missed. And you'd think that that one would come back with VAR. There, the two had got tangled up. There was contact even before that. And it was Silva after. I'm not sure what he was asking for. I think he felt he was fouled. And he gets booked for dissent.
One of the points of emphasis, that type of very visual dissent, throwing of arms, screaming at a referee like that. Second Portuguese player booked. Still, Alireza Fagani is trying to talk down some of the players. Bernardo Silva stands over the second corner of the night for Portugal. And Ronaldo awaits. Bernardo Silva's ball in, flicked along over the bar. Andre Silva attacking it.
He's been involved tonight, the big man, the big number 9 for Portugal, Andre Silva. He's making himself a handful. Throwing his big target around. He's getting on the end of things. Had a big opportunity early in the first half to put Portugal up 1-0, but he's responded well from that miss.
7th attempt for Portugal so far, just 2 of them on target, though. They actually came in with the most accurate shooting percentage of any of the semi-finalists, getting just over half of their attempts on goal. Chile, for what it's worth, had the least accurate shooting of any of the semi-finalists is Vidal and Andre Gomes. A little bit of a tangle. Isla. Back from Aranguiz. Vidal for support. That pass wrong side of Aranguiz, but a Chilean throw. Final minute of this first half. A word from downstairs, 1 minute. Extra time, or added time upcoming. Clipping it long for Posilier, well read by Cedric. Down to the feet of Bernardo Silva. Alexis chasing him, wins it back.
I don't think anybody expected fireworks between these two teams. A high-scoring affair.
What type of fireworks?
Well, high-scoring fireworks. There's certainly been a lot of intensity. There's been high pressure. There's been a great tactical battle on both sides. It's really well poised for the second half.
Confirmation of 1 more minute to go.
Two key moments in the game, John, were the two chances at both ends. Both goalkeepers came up with the goods.
Nadal stepping in to knock it away. Guyzz couldn't keep it in. About 30 seconds left on the referee's watch. Is there one more chance to come, or are both teams happy enough just to get in the locker room and regroup? I think there's your answer. So the early chances couldn't unlock the game. Settle into a battle, wrested away. What do we have in store in the second half here in Kazan? 45 minutes down, 45 to go in this FIFA Confederations Cup semifinal. It's Portugal 0, Chile 0. And now back to Rob Stone in Los Angeles for our Kia halftime report.
All right, John, the way the first 45 went, we might see bonus soccer after 90 minutes. Again, we could go to 30 minutes of extra time should this one remain deadlocked. We're a long ways from there, but pretty exciting opening 45 without a goal. We'll break it all down next on the Kia halftime.
Ooh, give him the ball.
I think they're better when he's on the field.
What a smart player. Look at Vidal. What a smart player. Foul. He didn't complain. He just took the ball, make a right pass. Nice cross. And then, unfortunately for Chile, Aranguis, which played really well first half, just made
remember, he was questionable. Got that hard tackle by Cahill in the last game.
Yep.
And making sure down that left-hand side. Oh! Stars in his eyes. Shank.
So much spin on that ball coming as it cracked off his shin guard. Let's go back now, though, to the 7th minute.
Yeah.
And the moment that you think Chile might have gotten things wrong and got lucky.
I think, in this respect, I think they got lucky with it. In the end, it was a poor finish, but they kept it going here. There's a couple of occasions here where they could have got tighter. He's got to see that earlier, maybe get tighter to him. He does get it in the end, but then here, he's got to get a bit tighter. He can't make him pass the ball that easy, and he has got to do more to get closer to someone of Cristiano Ronaldo's ability to stop him from getting that crossing so easy, and he's got to lift it over like Troisi did. Look. Like, he tried to go through the keeper, but Troisi done it for New Zealand, just lifted it over and just took something off of it.
You know where they would have been better served, Fernando?
Go on.
If Ronaldo just did it all.
Oh, no. Give some credit to Bravo. He covered well.
He's out of order. They're out of order.
You know you like that.
Picking on the English guy.
You can admit you enjoyed it. When we return on the Kia halftime report, we're going to get a report from the L3 camp and why they haven't released their Gold Cup roster. That's right, guys. The Summer of Soccer has another tournament still to come.
Tip the cap. Let's start the show. The best of the bigs are ready to go.
Unbelievable. What a night.
The MLB All-Star Game, July 11th on Fox.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? A fine human being?
from the El Tri camp in Sochi.
Thanks, Rob. While Mexico's A squad is getting ready for the semifinal match against Germany here in Sochi, their Gold Cup team is getting ready to face Ghana in a friendly match tonight in Houston. Mexico was supposed to announce their 23-man list for Gold Cup yesterday, but had to request an extension as they've been negotiating with Mexican clubs to include 7 players from the current Confederation Cup squad that haven't had much activity for the upcoming tournament. Oribe Peralta, Osvaldo Alanis, and Jürgen Damm remain amongst these options, so let's see how much action they will get in the next
Live look inside the tunnel in Kazan Arena. What advice do you think they could actually pass on to Ronaldo at that point?
We'd like you to score.
Yes.
Listen to Ian. Listen to Ian Wright.
That's nice. That's good. Now, here's an interesting tidbit. Last time Portugal was 0-0 at the break, the Euro 2016 final versus France.
And we know what happened.
Exactly. They know what to do. They've got 6 players who played in that game.
And look who's first on the field. This I love. This is a guy who's really becoming a bigger, stronger leader. His presence is just, it's hard to measure.
Also, probably he likes the applause first, so he can be there.
This Chilean team, enters the field looking to get to their third straight major final. Again, they've won the last two Copa Americas, now trying to win a Confederations Cup title as well.
I think they got to try and get down the centre. Like, we saw the goal, what was nearly offside. That was offside, in fact. That's the way they've got to get past this Portuguese midfield.
Again, if we are tied after regulation, 30 minutes of extra time and maybe penalty kicks. We'll find out with you once again, out live to Guyzz Arena. John Strong and Stu Holden.
Don't jinx it already, Rob. Back for the second half. And it's a Chilean team that has scored 3 of their 4 goals here in Russia in the second half. Back underway as the fans continue to retake their seats in the Guyzz Arena. No changes for either side. Germany and Mexico watching this on television tonight. Down in the south of Russia in Sochi, ahead of their semifinal tomorrow night. And the final on Sunday in St. Petersburg. So York came forward to win that header. It's a foul there, given away by Arturo Vidal. Stu, what are you looking for early in the second half?
I'm looking at how Chile are going to approach this second half from a tempo standpoint. If they're going to start to press a little bit higher. We didn't really see too much of it in that first half.
Ronaldo on the turn. Bernardo Silva was in front of him. Instead, it's wide for Bernardo Silva. He's got Cedric coming forward as well. Cedric blocked by Bolsior, and that's going to allow Claudio Bravo to come grab it.
And for Portugal, can they be effective in transition again in this second half? Andre Silva did an excellent job of being an outlet. Cristiano Ronaldo was finding a lot of space on that left-hand side. Just waiting for that one opportunity. You have to take advantage of it.
We mentioned the huge possession edge Portugal had early. It finished 56% to Chile, really able to flip the tone and tenor of that first half. Oh, the long switch. Isla able to control it. Isla crossing in for Vidal, who's offside. Vidal arguing in vain that it shouldn't have been a flag because it never got to him, but clearly it got Bruno Alves involved.
Well, he might not want to see the replay. For 2 yards offside, Arturo Vidal. He's getting further forward down the center channels.
What do you think about this look? Because we got so used to seeing Chile with the sort of 3 out-and-out forwards, and one of them, like a Vargas, sort of at the point. With it's still, you could argue it's a 3, but with Vidal as the deeper lying in the middle.
Well, I think it gives them a lot of flexibility because Vidal's ability to drop in the hole. Vargas is always going to want to play higher as that target man that is going to play on the final line. Vidal has the engine to be able to drop back, make it a 4 in midfield, and then get forward to be a part of that 3. As Guyzz catches that one with his left hand. But what they really have him doing there is setting that line of pressure. When he comes out of the hole and he goes to press, it's a sign for everybody behind him to come up with him.
I see you're putting really in a tough position there as Alexis charged him down. He was able just to get it away. Bernardo Silva. Back in the middle, Adrian Silva. Rolled in now. Andre Gomes pulling that well wide.
And because they were able to move the ball quickly and shift the Chilean defense, Andre Gomes was just able to drift in from that left-hand side. He picked it up in a good little pocket on the half turn. Comes all the way across the ball, though. Doesn't strike it well.
That ball never got out of the 18-yard box, so they've got to retake the goal kick.
And Portugal again forcing Chile, and they're trying to play out. And Bravo's very comfortable with the ball. His feet, big reason he was brought to Manchester City by Pep Guardiola, although didn't quite go his way this season. Had a rough year. Hadn't played before this tournament since April.
So real pressured backward by Cedric.
Been impressed by Guyzz today for Chile. Number 21, right in the middle of the park. Does a lot of work defensively, shuffling across, filling those gaps, and then he's always the outlet as they look to play out of the back. He found some really good spots there between the lines, allowing Chile to move up into this position they're in now.
Coming forward, Bosellur out wide for Alexis Sanchez. Cedric the defender. Bosellur will go on the overlap. It was too close to Cedric though. He was able to keep that ball in play. That'd be enough to find Andre Silva in the middle, but no further for Portugal.
Chile playing out of Portugal's press pretty easily. They're only sending 2 players forward. Just finding that extra man. And
Hernandez up past one, then a tough collision there, and a yellow card immediately shown as he came over the top of William, who slid in to try to knock it away. Second Chilean player booked.
And those two clashed in the first half. Hernandez came off worse for wear. Well, this time it's William. Just to follow through on the right foot. And we said in the first half, the referee done a good job of managing this game, and again in the second half, he set the tone, dishing out an early card. He's allowed both teams to play when needed, and he's pulled it back when he's had to.
Cedric for Andre Silva, who was really in a no-win situation down there in the corner, but he ends up winning a free kick. Foul against Gary Medel. A couple of Portuguese players half-heartedly warming up. It's most of the Chilean bench that's up, jogging around behind the goal.
This is an opportunity for an in-swinger from Bernardo Silva. Claudio Bravo, dealing with crosses is not one of his strengths. Get some big bodies up and around.
Instead, it's rolled back into the middle. Andre Gomes looking to lift it in, back post. Can Bruno Alves control it? No, it's going to be out for a goal kick. All that for nothing for Portugal.
It's a good idea, though. Move the ball, move the defense. The Chilean defense are late in getting up, and then it's the late runs from deep for Portugal. Doesn't quite come off. Alves can't control it at the back post.
Still waiting for a big moment from either of the shining attacking stars, Cristiano Ronaldo and Alexis Sanchez. It was Eduardo Vargas and Andre Silva who had the big chances in the first half. Ronaldo couldn't do anything with that ball. Poked free, and Marcelo Diaz first to react. Flipped ahead towards Alexis. Not much he could do with that.
Still maintain that Chile need to take advantage of these wide areas. Portugal are really clogging up the middle. And even if you want to look for that little slip pass that they had in the first half to Vargas, you have to start to move that defense around. It's all too comfortable for them right now. The ball's in front of them. It's a slow tempo. If you start to test them down the wings, it'll open up those little gaps.
More exasperated body language from Cristiano Ronaldo as Chile pass it wide. John Bosellur waiting for numbers to join up into the box. Here comes across from it all. It was just maybe an inch too tall for him to get down underneath the bar. And we've seen him score with his head plenty.
Right on cue, John. Wide area, service from Bosellur. It's deep. Vidal goes up and attacks it. I think he just jumps a little bit too soon. And the ball is coming in a hot tempo. He's trying to cushion it, the header, instead of just powering that one home. He knows it. Thrives on those types of services. Seen him do it time after time for both Chile and Bayern Munich.
He's got a great record in these types of games. 19 of his 23 goals all time for Chile have come in competitive matches. Aranguiz, great control on the outside. Vargas, the return. Aranguiz, and the whistle's going to go back behind the play. It's going to be a Portugal free kick. Aranguiz getting a warning.
We'll see what the referee is whistling. I think he's whistling for a handball on Aranguiz, just below the shoulder.
Andre Silva. All the way wide for Cedric coming forward. Cedric will measure in the cross. Andre Silva got hit in the back of the head. Andre Silva holding it in. Bernardo Silva trying to get first to the loose ball. Andre Silva down in the box as Chile scramble it out wide. It is a head injury, so immediately the referee mandated to blow the play dead.
Isla, I think this is a clash of heads. Yeah, nothing malicious in that. They're both challenging for the ball.
That's tough though, because the ball accelerates his head backwards, which then crashes that much more so into Isla. Second time tonight, Andre Silva has
been in the wars, hasn't he?
It was a leg injury in the first half.
And Hart has to get that one right there too. The high boot in the box. Got to it first.
And there's a big argument that this should be Chile's throw, and the referee is going to change. The entire Chilean coaching staff came leaping up off the bench.
You can't fault Bernardo Silva for trying, though.
Andre Silva wants to be allowed back on. He's got to come all the way around, though, from behind the goal to where the fourth official is positioned. Still jogging. So whatever sort of a concussion protocol test that was, he's going to be coming back onto the field. He's back out there now as it's rolled in for Pablo Hernandez. The return for Diaz.
Excellent.
All the way wide for Mauricio Isla. Numbers in the box for Chile. The cross not going to find any of them, though. Ronaldo's heading away. Ronaldo given straight back. As Aranguiz sliding in, it's Isla trying to escape on the outside. And that'll be another Chilean corner, third of the night.
We're starting to see Chile raise the tempo a little bit now. Moving the ball, 1-2 touch. Diaz fires it out wide with good pace on it. Isla not able to get a delivery, and then when they gave away the ball in possession, it went to Ronaldo's feet. 3 Chilean defenders swarmed around him, forced him to give it away. He started the second half the better of the two teams.
Charles Aranguiz to take all but Bernardo Silva back for Portugal. And Vidal ready to crash in from the back post. Aranguiz, the outswinger Vidal was looking for, and Alexis on the overhead. It's a great save! That was Vargas, in fact. Tremendous skill.
Well, Vidal just throws his body at this. And we saw Vargas earlier in the tournament just swivel and hit one. He does it again.
Quickly taken corner. Hara sending it in again. Someone was trying for an overhead. It was Vargas once more. Rui Patricio, you saw hitting his head there on the post at the end of that play. Andre Silva now, the counter for Portugal, looking to roll through. Cut off a first attempt by Hara. To the far side, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo saved by Claudio Bravo, and Vidal, high degree of difficulty, chesting it down to his goalkeeper, who will not play the early outlet.
Well, Bravo does well because he just gets his body behind this, and it's hit right at him in the end. 2 Chilean defenders come over, close down the angle. Ronaldo is looking for the right foot. Excellent ability on the left as well. Just a quick touch out of his feet and hits it with an excellent strike. Bravo does enough.
Third save for Bravo. Second save a moment before from Rui Patricio.
Just a hint there, John, of Chilean possession. Good spell for them, but they almost got caught on the break.
Alexis spinning away from Cedric, reversing it in, trying to find Hernandez, and it was cut off by Jose Fonte. Out for a Portuguese throw. It's what we are looking for, some sort of a spark to get this second half going.
It's the first time Portugal have got out in open space. They picked off the ball. Andre Silva tried twice to find the ball to Ronaldo, who was just floating out in space. That left-hand side, he's been occupying for most of this game.
A couple more Portuguese players being sent over to their warm-up area.
This was that strike from Vargas. So inventive. Just knows exactly what he wants to do as this ball settles up. Swings the right leg around. Great technique over the top of it, and Patricio had to react.
Alexis in chase as Aranguiz just volleyed it forward. And Jose Fonte, who started against Mexico, back in for the suspended Pepe, one of the 2 defensive starters. Portugal are without. Rafael Guerreiro remains out with an injury pre-existing, according to reports from his time at Borussia Dortmund, that he aggravated against Russia. At first they said he was out for the tournament. They've been a little bit more coy since on whether he might be available for a final. Eliseu has been taking his place.
We're watching Vidal down in front of us. He's got both of his hands up. He wants the long ball. Up on his head, look to try and play off the second. Not sure why. Chile are having good success of building out of the back. Between the lines, good spacing. It's Diaz again, always in the middle of the field. So calm on the ball, just to take it in there between two Portuguese defenders. Now they can move up the field.
Alexis Bosellur. Diaz calling forward in the middle, instead a long switch to Isla on the far side. Aranguiz, Vidal, Isla making the run, and Vidal would have been quite a ball to be able to squeeze that in, twisting his body. Eliseu clips it ahead. Vidal keeps it away from Ronaldo.
Seen a real commitment in the second half, John, from Chile when they lose the ball to win it back. We saw a couple times Portugal were able to beat that press in the first half. They have not in the second. Here it is again. In the good spots against the ball defensively. Now the relentless pressure, they're dialing it up.
It's the question that's going to keep hanging over them. 2 straight summers of doing this, of succeeding, of winning the Copa America. How long can this oldest ever squad at a Confederations Cup full of veterans that have been around for a while keep it up, as Alexis is sandwiched off the ball? Doing all this, though, he and Jose Fonte were a bit unsure who wanted to clear it, and it was held in. Vargas rising up, battling with William, trying to dig the ball out. Andre Silva a touch. Pressure from Vargas, allowing Vidal to get on it. Now Alexis Sanchez blocked. Jose Fonte got his body in the way. William the outlet. Bernardo Silva trying to escape, pulled back by Bosellur. Dancing around Pablo Hernandez. To the far side, Ronaldo skipping around Jara. Ronaldo clipping it into space now. Andre Gomez looking to return. It's off of Jara's back. It was Isla who was danced around. And the outlet for Vidal. Vargas making the run, as is Alexis down the line for Vargas. Alexis 1-on-2 in the middle. Vargas holding it up, resetting now. Aranguiz slows it up for Vidal. Vidal will let fly, and Rui Patricio at full stretch. Happy to see it go up over the bar.
It was a great spell from both teams, end-to-end stuff. And Vidal's been eager to get involved this whole second half. It's a long way out. He hits it, it's always rising. Patricio's right there. He shuffled across his goal and had that one covered. This was down the other end. It looked like it might have a little hint of a handball, but Jara had his hands behind his back, unintentional.
Bernardo Silva able to step in and come away with the ball. Eliseu, plenty of space still between him and Isla, allowing for a cross, and it's an acrobatic clearance by Vidal just in front of Andre Silva. Adrian Silva. Not too much on that for Cedric. A reminder later on today on FS1, Confederations Cup tonight, in-depth analysis of what we've seen here and a preview of Germany-Mexico tomorrow. Confederations Cup tonight, Fernando Fiore and crew with you at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Bernardo Silva dancing out of the traffic there, all the way across for Eliseu. Vargas comes to meet him and gives away a free kick. Is this in Cristiano Ronaldo's shooting range, or is it a little bit too far out?
Oh, this is in his range, absolutely. And I think he actually would prefer it a little bit further out here than up close, because he can hit that ball where he gets right through the middle of it, up and over the ball, down, bouncing in front of Claudio Bravo.
Well, he made a beeline for it. Good look at the pathway between he and Claudio Bravo. As we said, has conceded the second most goals of anyone in Cristiano Ronaldo's career. For the 4-time World Player of the Year. And the all-time leading goal scorer for Portugal. As the noise is swelling from the almost 41,000 fans here in the Guyzz Arena. 65 minutes in, and only the second good chance Cristiano Ronaldo is going to have to break open the scoring. He forced a save out of Bravo just a few minutes ago. It's a long run up. Ronaldo into the stands.
The anticipation for that strike. A lot of times when you're going for this technique, you either get it completely right and it nestles in the corner, or it goes flying over like that. That time he just struck through it, came a little bit off the toe, went slicing off to the left.
Gonzalo Hart. It didn't become relevant as a foul before then, as Andre Silva's wrestled down. It might have been a clever ploy to stop a Portuguese attack.
And Ronaldo's going to want this one too. A little bit further out than the last one.
He played it quick, didn't work. And then man down on a keep there, just in front of Andre and Silva.
Well, we're getting a lot of players rushing around the referee now. He's got to start to get this one under control again. Tempers are flaring.
It's Marcelo Diaz who went down.
Well, he catches him a little bit late, but there's not too much in that from Adrian Silva. He's got a little forearm on his chest.
Training staff will stay on the bench. Adrian Silva just getting an extra talking to from Alireza Fagani, our Iranian referee. Wilsayer couldn't keep it in play. Flag is up. Silva off the throw of Cedric. Couldn't get cleanly through it. Falls to defeat of Cedric after all. Wins a corner for Portugal. Third of the night for them.
Silva's come to life this second half for Portugal. His feet and his ability in tight spaces. Really, really good. He's going to be fun to watch next season at Manchester City.
So an emerging player for Portugal, was not a part of their team at the European Championship last summer. Coming off a great season for Monaco. The cross from Cedric. Ronaldo was rising up, couldn't do anything with it. Alves trying to recenter. Andre Silva was rising up. And that'll be out for a goal kick. Well, for more on Bernardo Silva, Maria, come on, Naya, down on that field.
Bernardo Silva has just had the best season in his career. He scored 8 goals in League One and 3 goals in Champions League for Monaco. His teammates gave him a nickname Bubblegum because he plays as though the ball is glued to his feet.
As we said, he may earn the big money move to Manchester City. He'll be Claudio Bravo's teammate. He's become a big part of what Portugal's trying to do. You were trying to learn the Russian word for bubblegum during halftime. I'm not sure it worked or not. As William found a pocket of space trying to roll it in. Not sure whether the flag would have been up or not on Andre Silva. Quickly outletted the other way, looking for Alexis. Cedric able to head it back into the middle. Vargas, great touch to control in front of Andre Silva. Vargas letting fly. And arguing that took a deflection. It's going to be given as a goal kick.
Vidal again around the referee. And to your point, I did learn the word for bubblegum in Russian.
And?
Žvačka. I'm up to 20 words now, John.
I mean, we're sort of taking your word for that, because I don't think any of us up here know any different. Maria has confirmed from the field.
Okay,
you got
good.
that right.
Thanks, Maria.
Well done. So just about 20 minutes to go now. At what point do we enter that stage of these types of matches where both teams are more worried about not making a mistake than actually going and trying to get a winning goal?
Well, I think both of those teams have that mentality, and their record in knockout stages of competitions will speak to that. We laid out all the stats earlier in Chile and their record, and Portugal conceding 1 goal from the round of 16 onto the final in the Euros. So they can both suffer, to take one of Fernando Santos' phrases.
Alexis buzzing around. Vargas was down, holding his face for a moment. He's back to his feet. He actually had a little seam of space. Alexis, the cross, looking for Vidal. Cedric was there. Good pressure from Diaz. He comes down awkwardly. Answers Andre Silva is cleared away by Bruno Alves. Andre Silva will continue to give chase, but that ball was too far for him. Chile getting closer. Oh, a long switch for Isla. Inside for Alexis Sanchez. Back out for Isla. Arangi is coming to help. Errant pass, Andre Gomes, great move around Alexis Sanchez. Inside for Ronaldo. Marcelo Diaz jumped the wrong side of the passing lane. Here come Portugal, 4-on-3 if they can go fast enough. Bernardo Silva, back for Ronaldo. Options out of side, he calls his own number, it's deflected just wide. It'll be out for a corner for Portugal.
John, you called it right in the middle of the field. Diaz, he jumps the wrong side of Ronaldo. He tries to guess. And in that situation, you have to try and keep numbers behind the ball. Instead, Ronaldo's able to turn a little combination in space, and that deflection, very lucky for Bravo that went up and over and past his right post. So many times you see those ones take a little deflection, they go looping up over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net.
Bernardo Silva will play the 4th corner of the night for Portugal. Outswinger this time with his left foot. It's knocked all the way across. That was Jose Fonte was up for it. Osior getting rid of it. It's just challenging Cedric in the air. Eliseu slices it out for a Chilean throw.
And going back to your earlier question, it's about calculated risk at this point. Maintaining your game plan, having a little bit of structure against the ball, pressing in moments. But you have to pick your spots and not leave yourself exposed at the other end like Chile did there.
Each team has scored 3 goals in these later stages of matches here in Russia. They've had success closing games out. Put into space. Long run for Alexis to make. It's going to be out for a throw. And at what point might we see substitutions? And as if on cue, there's Nani preparing to make his 111th appearance for Portugal. That'll move him alone into 3rd all-time in Portuguese national team history. Scored a goal off the bench against New Zealand on Saturday. Andre Gomes under pressure gets it away for Eliseu. He's got a lot of green space in front of him here. Isla coming to meet him. Just as quickly, it gets cut off and Portugal's forced back.
And those are the areas that Nani's going to help coming on as a substitute. He'll be asked to defend a little bit on the flanks, but then also be an outlet.
Clipping it in. Earlier in the second half, he's still holding it as he's back to his feet. Bernardo Silva on the ball. Vidal comes flying in. Silva able to keep it. Isla going to ground. Vidal holds it in play.
By the time this game's over, you struggle to find a blade of grass that Artur Vidal has not covered. He's all over the field. He's on the end of crosses. He's throwing himself around in the middle of the field. He's closing down defenders.
Bernardo Silva in for Andre Silva. Able to spin around Marcelo Diaz. He's 1-on-3. Almost got through that cleanly. Almost got back to the ball as well. Isla a touch. Andre Silva goes down with a shout. It'll be a corner for Portugal out of all that. And they're going to hold the sub. So I wonder if it might be Andre Silva who is coming off. If they want to keep him as a target, although he's down right now behind the end line. It looks like he's happy enough to come off.
He's looking over at the fourth official saying, come on, you're going to take me off?
So he'll get to stay out. And that be decisive. It's Adrian Silva this time instead of Bernardo Silva to swing in this corner from the far flag. Bravo got there with a punch only as far as the top of the box. Andre Gomes able to go back out wide. Bruno Alves sending in the cross. It's out past everyone. Adrian Silva, long run, able to get there, and Vidal is sliding through.
And look at him firing up the crowd.
It's a Chilean throw. And now they will make the sub, it looks like. Andre Silva had that 1v1 opportunity in the 7th minute that Claudio Bravo was able to save. Unable to add to his impressive goal-scoring record in his young career for his country. From a 21-year-old to a 30-year-old. Nani, appearance 111.
Silva's put in a shift today, John, for his team. It's not always the type of work you want to do as a center forward. You want to be on the end of crosses, you want to be scoring goals, but sometimes a game calls for, against a team like Chile, for you to be that target man, for you to be an outlet. He threw himself around today.
Diaz able to get it away for Isla. Vidal, wrong side of Vargas. And those substitutes who are remaining in the warm-up areas are barely moving. As enthralled by this as we are, Ronaldo down off the chest for Bernardo Silva. The return for Cristiano Ronaldo. Trying to slide out, Cedric making the run. Here comes the cross, too far for Nani.
Frustrated Cristiano Ronaldo because Nani had made an excellent run at the back post.
Who can be decisive in the next 15 minutes or so? Well, we need 30 more to decide in this Confederations Cup semifinal. Vidal got caught in the face. It's not a foul, though. It's Nani who has it for Portugal. Diaz able to cut him off. And Vidal forces it away. Announcing the crowd is just less than 41,000. A lot of them Chilean. Cedric running with Alexis all the way from one side of the field to the other, but he can't prevent the outlet ball for Vidal. Alexis almost lost his footing there. There's a big group of Chilean fans down to our right, just above their bench, who have been standing and making a lot of noise all game. Will they see their team reach a major tournament final for a 3rd consecutive summer? Or will it be Portugal attempting to ratify their European championship from a year ago? Who advance? Germany and Mexico down in Sochi, watching on television ahead of their semifinal tomorrow night.
Chile now 5 players standing up front, pinning this Portuguese back line all the way back. A lot of reliance on Aranguiz and Diaz in the build-up. You have to be careful, can't give the ball away, but if they can create those passes between the lines, they will start to get some overloads, start to get some success.
Aranguiz out for Jara. Looking for Isla. Eliseo able to come and head it away. Nani looking to accelerate. Early ball in, looking to thread the needle for Cristiano Ronaldo, and Marcelo Diaz was there to intercept. Alexis, great control. Now running forward. It's off the chest, though. Jose Fontes, he was trying to play for Vargas. And now it's picking back up again. Bernardo Silva sneaking in behind him. Bolsellero is trying to recover. And he's able to sweep it away.
He's done really well there, John. Just to recover. Bolsellero put his head down. Strong, hard run to get back in transition. Take the ball off of Bernardo Silva.
Minutes to go. Potentially more if there's no goals. Alexis Sanchez looking to escape. Really up. Left it too far out in front, allowing Bernardo Silva to come get it. Adrian Silva quickly for Nani. Bernardo Silva. Nani, and again, they're just playing a two-man game down the wing. Ronaldo's in front of him. Here he is now. Great work by Gary Medel to come flying through and sweep that out, but he's got to get back into position, quickly back into play for Nani. Ronaldo, Cedric, William, Eliseu opening up on the far side. Instead, it's back for Cedric. Ronaldo making his way into the middle. Cedric clipping it in, looking for Bernardo Silva just beyond him. Now the Chilean players behind the goal warming up with a little bit more intensity. As Portugal prepare to make their second substitution. Ricardo Quaresma scored their first goal of this tournament against Mexico. "10 days ago, right here in Kazan. Feels like longer than that, though. Bravo, to no one in particular. Nani for William. Ronaldo's opening up wide. Really able to keep it and get it away from Ronaldo. He's running it at Medel. He's got an option inside. It's Andre Gomes. The pass is behind him, though. Diaz now. Alexis, early ball for Vargas, running with Eliseu. Eliseu's got work to do here. Vargas trying to get underneath him and use his strength. And then a tangle of legs and a free kick for Portugal.
Yeah, he does really well there, Eliseu, John. He stayed with the run of Vargas. And he had to be alert because the first-time ball around the corner from Alexis Sanchez, just to try and raise the tempo a little bit. And Vargas was pressuring him the whole way, gets his body in front, draws the contact. Good defending.
Bernardo Silva's night is done. Another long time Portuguese veteran, Ricardo Quaresma, 33 years of age. He made his debut back in 2003. It's only his 68th appearance, though. Plays for Besiktas now in Turkey. Ronaldo rising up. It was flicked along. It's going to find Andre Gomes. If he can bring it down, hits him a handball. The whistle does go as he puts the shot over.
Yeah, the referee's right on top of that one because it did hit his right arm as he shuffled around right there. Cara was unable to stay with him either, and he got a free shot on goal, Gomes. It was that touch right before that on his right hand just to move the ball forward. What's interesting is that Portugal have made 2 attacking substitutions in Quaresma and Nani. So fresh legs on both wings.
And Chile will make an attacking substitution as well. Martin Rodriguez, who scored his first goal for Chile in his 6th appearance against Australia over the weekend. Getting final instructions on the bench. Isla on the end of the long. Cedric heads away to a dangerous area. Vargas couldn't reset for Bolsellero. Quaresma was there, but cut off just as quickly by Pablo Hernandez. Medel looking in for Alexis. Cedric able to body him off enough. Allows Rui Patricio to come grab it.
It makes its way to Ronaldo.
And the two players who had the best early chances are both off. Andre Silva already came off for Portugal. Eduardo Vargas forcing a save in a 1v1 situation in the 6th minute. Replaced by Martin Rodriguez, who plays for Cruz Azul in Mexico.
He's not happy. Threw his tracksuit top down right on the floor in front of the coaching staff.
Vargas, who's been at Tigres, with them making those moves to Mexico in the course of the last year. Alves out jumping Rodriguez for that ball in the air. Andre Gomes trying to help control it. Aranguiz threw his body in there. Vidal, Alexis, he's got Rodriguez running in front of him, trying to angle it in, and just enough there from Bruno Alves to put him off, and rolled it harmlessly to Rui Patricio.
As soon as Alexis picked up this ball, he was looking for that run of Rodriguez, who's going to play a little bit more centrally. Vidal's going to float out to this right-hand side now.
4 minutes plus stoppage time to go before we'd enter into 30 minutes of extra time. Ronaldo flicking it along, looking for Quaresma. Ara electing to keep that in play. Maybe a Chilean throw after all. Alexis trying to bring that down. Andre Silva came sliding through. Took a chunk out of Pablo Hernandez, who's limping to his feet. Andre Silva has stayed down as well.
It just got worse for wear on that challenge with Hernandez. He got the ball first, but again, we've seen a couple of those challenges tonight where a little collision after the fact.
Reminder of what faces us if we're still tied at the end of the 90 minutes, and one of those newer rules, a 4th substitution allowed, not as directly relevant. Portugal do still have 1 remaining, Chile have 2, but does give you some extra flexibility. Tired bodies. It's been a very quick tournament. It's so much more compressed than the World Cup is. Kind of days between games. Both teams opening up 10 days ago. Games and flights in between. Ronaldo laying back off. Cedric looking to escape and find space, crossing in, and that's going to hook all the way out for a goal kick. And then, of course, a penalty shootout. Both teams plenty familiar with that if we're still tied at the end of extra time.
I think we were hoping for a high-scoring game, both knowing that this is the way this game would play out. If there had been an early goal through either Vargas or through Silva.
That was I was going to say. I think if one of those early chances had gone in, it might have changed this game a bit.
And I think that perhaps scared both teams a little bit into being a little more conservative, pushing when they've needed to, tried to open up opportunities, but still been very aware defensively. But it's been a great game, John. I've really enjoyed it. End-to-end stuff. Some real talent on display, a real commitment to defending. We still feel this could go either way.
That's the point, one of the points of this Confederations Cup. It's the Tournament of Champions. The champions of South America, the champions of Europe. Two of the best teams in the world, certainly over the last year or two. We get to see them head-to-head. Andre Gomes able to keep it right along the sideline. Got an extra shot from Vidal, but it's Vidal who's gone down, holding his leg all the way back behind the play. Now limping to try to get back into a defensive position. Heavy touch from Quaresma, and he gives it away. Aranguiz dangerous there on Nani, able to scramble back to his feet in time. It'll be 3 minutes of stoppage time on the way. Can someone snatch this thing before extra time? Vidal looking to let it go for Guyzz. It finds him after all. Steu couldn't do anything with it. Forced to drop it off for Isla. Vidal rolled in, the substitute Rodriguez. Breaks down. And now his ball deflected out for a Portuguese throw.
What's interesting about this is you would say that this is how Portugal win. And you'd expect they're going to grind this one out, get a 1-0 victory in extra time, and be on their way to the final. The difference here is Chile know how to play this way too. So both teams are capable now in the second half of maintaining this energy level, of maintaining their structure, their discipline, and trying to pick you off.
Each team's final last year, scoreless through 90 minutes. Portugal able to win in an extra time over France, and Chile in the penalty shootout with Argentina. Vidal had to get that right with Ronaldo lurking. 1 minute gone to the 3. And the save for Nani. William chased by Vidal. Almost got there in time. Portugal able to pass their way out of the pressure. Benzema, Andre and Silva, Cedric down the line, clipped in for him now. Andre Gomes is there. It's a great touch to set him up. Moves that last off. It'll be just a goal kick.
Isla coming all the way across from that right back position to make that challenge. As opposed to Europe pushed up the defense and shifted all the way across. Both Har and Medel drawn out of the center. Has to come across and make the challenge.
Final 60 seconds or so before extra time. And Alves rising up there to win the header. Quaresma forced to shield off the pressure. It's last off his foot as Arangi stepped in. Diaz in no rush. Chile in no rush. Looks like we're going to need 30 more minutes to separate these two and figure out our first finalist of this 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup. Nothing settled through 90 minutes, so we need 30 more tonight here in Kazan. After the break, our guys in Los Angeles give us their thoughts, set us up for extra time as the 90 minutes finishes. Portugal 0, Chile 0.
Celebrate freedom with 5 months freedom from payments at the Kia Summers on Us sales event. Hurry in now for the best.
Opportunity.
Lovely.
Man, he whipped that.
Yeah, it was a brilliant effort.
Great save as well, right at the post by Patricio. First of two 15-minute extra time periods. Both teams allowed an extra sub. Ian, let's start with you. Where are you giving Portugal the most credit so far?
I think that defensively, I thought that William and not Adrian Silva, in the middle there, I think it's Adrian Silva, yes, sorry, and Fonte and Bruno Alves, I thought that they would have been a real weakness today, but Chile have not been able to get into the areas like they did for the offside chance, what they had early on, to cause Portugal the problems. They've not been able to do it. I think Portugal have been very defensive, and they've been very disciplined in their defensive work.
It's interesting that many people will think that 0-0 will be a boring game. Not in this case.
Not even close.
The ball was going from one side to the other one, from one end to the other one. We have several opportunities for both teams. So a 0-0 is just, you know, a situation.
Yeah, this is one of those fun and interesting 0-0 games. We talked about it before the game about the possible fatigue factor. Well, the game keeps going on, and the old guys from Chile just keep getting more and more tired.
Chile, the oldest squad in Confederations Cup history. Ronaldo still out on the field, still such a weapon.
But they will have one extra day to rest if they go to the...
Should they move to Sunday's final in St. Petersburg? For the call of bonus ball, once again, back out to Guyzz Arena. John Strong, Stu Holden.
And Rob, to the point you and everyone else was making in there, it's a fourth game in 11 days. Chile have basically just gone back and forth between Moscow and Kazan. It's about an hour-plus flight between those cities. Portugal started in Kazan, then Moscow, then St. Petersburg, and then back. That's closer to a 2-hour flight. So not brutal, but it is at the end of a long season for a lot of these players.
Well, I'll dare you to go down and tell Arturo Vidal to stop running, because I'm not doing it.
And it's worth noting for Cristiano Ronaldo, the number of games he had off in the spring for Real Madrid, so perhaps more fresh than you might expect, given as often as he tends to play. As we mentioned, the extra sub, which is available, so Portugal 2 substitutions they can make. Chile can make a further 3 substitutions. Back underway. 15 minutes each direction, no golden goal anymore. If it's still tied, penalty kicks. As we said, it's familiar territory for both teams. Chile winning a Copa America finals each of the last 2 summers in penalties. Portugal got through Poland in the quarterfinal on penalties of the European Championship last year. And you've got some world-class players out there who will be, who might be, who could be a match winner tonight.
Just a little shift in the Portuguese formation, too. William is now playing just right in front of that back 4, and actually Andre Gomes and Adrian Silva are the 2 in front of him, almost making it 4-5-1. Quaresma and Nani on the wings, and Ronaldo plays a lone striker up front.
It's great control there by Nani to take that ball out. Eliseu just blasting it long, looking for Ronaldo. Flicking it wide to the feet of Ricardo Quaresma. Andre Gomes running in there as well. Quaresma's cross, looking to return it for Ronaldo. Back to the feet of Andre Gomes, who puts it over the bar.
And the formational shift from Fernando Santos paying instant dividends, and just a round of applause from him underneath, because Ronaldo is that lone striker. He wins the first knockdown. It was Gomes who picked it up. A little slip pass from Quaresma as he's trying to find Ronaldo at the back post, and he picked up that second ball. Now he's playing further up the field.
And a mouthful of shirt. Of the 23 attempts at goal between the teams combined, only 5 of them tonight have been on target. Cedric, Andre Gomes, Ricardo Quaresma, just swept out by Marcelo Diaz. Man off the throw. Andre Gomes now returns it to him outside of the foot. Cross looking for Nani or Ronaldo. A spill, but a cover up. eager, nervy tension, but a bit of a different feel since extra time began here in the stadium.
I think it's a bit of both. Much how this game is playing out too, very poised, and I don't think we're going to see either side take too many chances going forward. They both have their discipline against the ball, and if they can open up those little moments where they can go quickly, if they can pick off each other, then they're going to go, then they're going to pour numbers into the attack. Otherwise, just be patient, build up, looking and probing for gaps.
Any moment when it looks like Chile might be in trouble at the back, they just seem to have a way of calmly dealing with it. It's William now for Portugal. Cedric put behind Quaresma. Andre Gomes able to spin away from the double team. Andre Gomes now cutting it back in. Cedric able to keep it. Quaresma now all the way across for Adrian Silva. In fact, it's past him for Eliseu. Vidal stepping in. There's a Fonte first through to get it. Got Alexis, and he's down now. To Chile throw. Chile still trying to get their engine started here in extra time.
When you talked about the Chilean back four and that center back pairing of Jara and Medel, we have to give credit to Fonte and Alves down the other end, because Jose Fonte came in for Pepe, was suspended. A lot of talk about could they handle that. And going back to, Santos was referring to that semifinal against Wales where they both stood up and they've had great games. Well, they've done the same today.
Diaz for Alexis all the way out wide. It's going to find Isla. He's got Rodriguez making his way in the center. Alexis in there as well. It's Alexis Sanchez who puts it just wide. The Chilean bench was celebrating down below as they thought for sure that was in.
That's a tremendous pick out from Isla. And Alexis Sanchez right in the middle is the first time both center backs have dropped towards the goal. Alexis Sanchez, and it's just inches wide. As the spin on the ball takes it wide. You saw Medel there celebrating. He thought it was in. Sanchez thought it was in.
The Chilean television commentator sitting just to our left thought it was in. Cedric goes right to the feet of Bussayor. Alexis attempted to flick, and then a big shout as he takes an arm from Jose Fonte, and Alexis is down. It's a yellow card.
It's Fonte, and that little chance right there will give Alexis Sanchez a lift, and you saw it instantly. Just a little bit more energy. He was quick to the ball, sharp turn, flick around the corner. Fonte knows he's beat, gets his arm across him, right in the face. Yellow card.
So two Portuguese players on the field, William and Jose Fonte, sitting on a yellow the rest of the way. It's on Jara. Pablo Hernandez were booked earlier tonight for Chile. As we said, there are no yellow card suspensions that would carry. Bravo just sails that out, trying to find Mauricio Isla. He's barking at Bussayor about it. Alves able to find Ronaldo down off the chest for Nani. Andre Gomes for William, and all the way across now for Cedric. Struggling to keep that in play, just able to do so. Quaresma finding the space inside. Alexis defending him. Quaresma able to get away. The cross takes a deflection and behind. Corner for Portugal. Number 6 on the night for them. Rui Patricio once again behind the plate, jogging around trying to stay warm. He hasn't really had anything to do in these first 7 minutes of extra time. It's Ricardo Quaresma to take this corner. Bruno Alves wants it. He'll be crashing in along with Andre Gomes from the backside. It was Jose Fonte up for it. Bruno Alves trying to keep it in. Ronaldo there to collect. Vidal comes flying through another corner for Portugal. He had the one moment in the second half forcing a save out of Claudio Bravo. He had the free kick not long after he sailed over the bar. And Cristiano Ronaldo's lofty standards, 33 goals in 33 games for club and country since the turn of the year. It's been fairly quiet. How quickly that can change, though. Quaresma in swinger this time from the near flag. Bravo slapping at it, able to get enough of a touch to send it wide. Bruno Alves cut off by Bosellor, attempting to recenter. Cedric needs to get this right under pressure, playing it in. Bravo happy to enough just to see it go out for a goal kick.
He's done well on corners tonight, Claudio Bravo. That one he has to deal with. He's backtracking, he just swats at it and gets enough on it, but Fonte was just lurking at the back post.
Just past the midway point of our first half of extra time. Plenty of flexibility for both coaches if they choose to use it. I mean, these are their trusted guys for a reason. Alves, a little bit of a knock there as he challenged Pablo Hernandez in the air. Ball back inside that Hernandez picks up. Guyzz returns it to him. Rodriguez making a run. Marcelo Diaz, Arturo Vidal, Charles Aranguiz. This is Pablo Hernandez playing wide for Aranguiz. He'll send in the cross, looking for Vidal. He got to it. Took a deflection on the way through. Easy stuff for Rui Patricio.
Fonte got his foot up. Took the sting off of that one. Vidal just tries for the glancing header.
Rui Patricio able to find Nani there with the punt. Chesting it down for Andre Gomes, who gets it back from Ronaldo. João Moutinho is in the wings, preparing to come on for Portugal. Their third sub of now 4 available. Nani cutting inside. Nani a second time, this one around Marcelo Diaz. Nani setting himself up. It's Vidal who got his body in the way. And Bravo able to take it down off the chest. Arturo Vidal taking an extra moment to get back to his feet.
He knows how to find the action, doesn't he? Involved in the attacking third in the other box. Gets back, gets his foot on a shot from Nani. Portugal just ramping up the pressure a little bit here. Chile having to play long. It's right into Portuguese hands. Alves is getting all these second balls, first balls out of the air, rather. Him and Fonte are just gobbling them up.
Leandro Silva who comes off. It was João Moutinho who over the weekend became the 5th player in Portuguese history to make it to 100 appearances for his country, to replace him. If it does get there, it's now 4 of the 5 who took penalties in the shootout last year during the European Championship for Portugal that are on the field for them now. Diaz, lovely touch. Aranguiz intercepted by Eliseu. William rolling into space for Cedric. Nani trying to get himself onside. The cross coming in for Ronaldo all the way through. Vidal had to get that right. Quaresma couldn't step in. Aranguiz escapes. Hernandez looking to outlet for Alexis. That's going to be a long run. And he's going to run out of space on the far side.
And he's going to be frustrated, but yeah, he has a little clap, but Vidal down again in the middle of our screen.
Just went down and sitting and looking over at his bench. He's back to his feet now.
Just wonder how long before Pizzi makes another change.
That would be a big one.
Fuenzalida, an option maybe on this right-hand side. Hernandez looking like he's tiring just a little bit on the left, but I think you start to need some extra legs in midfield, some fresh legs, give a little bit more energy to close down the ball, because Portugal possessing the ball really well now, moving this team around.
Quaresma, Ronaldo. Really young. Quaresma again, back for Andre Gomes. Nani, great little spin inside. No one there in the middle, though, for his pass. Although his pressure helping to keep it in momentarily, and in fact, Portugal will be right back on the ball.
And now Chile with defending with 10 behind the ball. They don't really have an outlet. When Sanchez gets sucked back in to make up the extra numbers.
Nani's cross, not going to find Ronaldo. João Moutinho. Nani. Cedric is onside behind Bolseyor. The cross once again for Ronaldo. Ronaldo, top of the box. Andre Gomes just there, trying to find space, set it up for Ronaldo. Who's knocked away. Aranguiz able to come away with the ball. He bowls over his teammate Pablo Hernandez, helping to get it clear. Now Alexis got a couple different runners. He'll play it into space, but it's going to bounce out too far.
Just trying to find a half yard inside the box.
Bravo is out off his line there, talking to his teammates. Quaresma for a moment thought about playing it in early and said the cross for Nani's too far.
Well, it caught everybody off guard there as they tried to play that one quickly. Bravo just having a word.
Gary Medel bending over, stretching out his leg. So many long seasons for these players out there. They play for the top clubs. You're in multiple competitions. Quick turnaround. These teams had games before the Confederations Cup began, then the 4 games in 11. You're starting to see the physical toll that takes. We'll have 1 extra minute after the first 15 of extra time. That's a big reason why they made that rule change, to allow for a 4th substitution in extra time. Portugal's next sub would be there for Chile. Have made just the 1 so far. Ronaldo rising up, header in the middle of the field. João Moutinho out jump by Charles Aranguiz. Vidal couldn't play that ball as Alexis was slow in getting himself back onside. Bolseyor, Alexis, the return. John Bolseyor, first time in a while we've seen him get this far forward. The cross is going to find Aranguiz, or almost William there at the last minute. Rodriguez is up there. Rui Patricio, comfortable basket catch. Fernando Santos, the Portuguese manager, all the way out at midfield, trying to direct traffic for his team. And 30 more seconds before the break. Nani, Ronaldo. Andre Gomes leaving it for Nani. Quaresma making a run in the box. Nani looking to roll it in for Andre Gomes. Good work by Marcelo Diaz to track back and intercept. Alexis, instead it's picked up by Pablo Hernandez. Is there time enough? Do they have legs enough for one more attack, Chile? Before we get to the middle of extra time, Alexis, it's off the back of Aranguiz and allows him to control it, but only for a moment.
That's a sign of tired legs.
And that's the whistle to mark the midway point of extra time. Still looking for our first goal here in Kazan. Let's hand you back to Rob Stone and company in Los Angeles.
John, thank you. Yeah, we take one more look at that final moment of the first of 2 15-minute extra time periods, 0-0. Remember, Portugal, just last summer, 3 of their 4 knockout stage games at the Euros went to extra time. They won 2 in extra time. They won another in penalties. We welcome you inside our LA studio right now. And what are your impressions of that first 15? Looks like some legs are starting to get a little weary out there.
Yeah, you saw the death there. The Chile player, literally out on his feet. But I think if it does go to penalties, which I kind of hope it does now, because I like the drama of it, I'm fancying Patricio in goal for Portugal. I just feel he's a bigger goalkeeper.
And you're so down on Claudio Bravo.
And Claudio Bravo's not my favorite.
Wow. No, we got you. But remember, the last 2 tournaments that Chile won,
there you go,
were 0-0, going to penalties, and they beat Argentina both times, and Claudio Bravo was on goal.
Yeah, but that's Argentina.
Remember that?
Yeah, but that's Argentina.
Oh. Ah, so now you don't need... So now you're fighting with Lalas and with me.
I'm not fighting.
You have 2 enemies now.
You got sharp knives coming out today.
I'm not fighting.
Conversations continue. The pit bull. Ronaldo Will he be the star again? 2 goals, 1 assist here in the tournament. If we are still level after these final 15 minutes, we're off to the penalty spot once again. We're off to Kazan Arena. John and Stu.
Rob, don't tell Ian Wright, but Claudio Bravo did make 1 save, a decisive save in each of the shootouts the last 2 summers to win the Copa America finals. 15 more minutes. Let's see if we get a goal, or maybe a couple. Portugal, as they were throughout most of that first period of extra time, immediately on the ball. Here's Cedric for Ricardo Quaresma. Poked away. Sayor able to dig it out, does really well. 1-on-3, Alexis on the turn, and it's Cedric who comes in to pick his pocket. Alexis barking at the 4th official. Won the foul he didn't get. Ends up it's a Chilean throw anyway.
I think he should have had a foul. A little turn on the outside of the foot, spun Cedric, and then just a little pull on the shirt, actually, impeding his momentum. The whole Chilean bench jumped up.
Just looking at the number of players that are sort of doubling over, hands on knees in these types of moments. In Alexis's case, a little bit slow to get up when they do go to ground.
These are the moments in extra time. You just have to dig a little bit deeper. Still make that extra yard run, because if you don't, you can get punished for it. It becomes a mentality thing of just keeping yourself going. Your legs are tired, your mind's tired, but you have to stay switched on. Because one little moment in this game for either side is going to decide it.
We've got the type of world-class players out there that could exploit those little moments, as Pablo Hernandez was fouled by Cedric. Just jumping along, it's going to find Hernandez, though, looking to flick it along. Came off the back of Rodriguez, and a missing moment perhaps there for Chile. Breaks down. It's a cross for Eliseu.
And he didn't get a shout, Hernandez, because he was in 10-15 yards of space. He could have actually brought that one down. Just needs a shout from his teammate. Instead, he tried to flick it on, and he lost it.
Cedric Quaresma buzzing around. It's going to be too far for him. More frustrated body language from Cristiano Ronaldo. Are you surprised at all that Chile, as much as we say they're good at grinding a game down, that it's been so much Portugal in extra time?
Well, because Chile, when they've pressed higher, then they've dropped back, and Portugal have done an excellent job of spreading them around and winning the battle in midfield. The 2 in the middle of the park, it was William, Ronaldo, and Silva in the first half. Now it's become a 3. It said to Chile that we're going to win this area, beat us down the flanks. And in doing that, they've been able to get a better foothold in the game. They found outlets. Again, Quaresma peeling down this right-hand side.
Ronaldo making his way in the box. Quaresma sizing in the cross. Doesn't reach Ronaldo. And Portugal right back on the ball. João Moutinho chases it down. Quaresma, Moutinho, Andre Gomes in the middle. Back for William. Across for Eliseu. Ronaldo wants it played in for him. He's got an Eliseu down on the edge of the box. It will be given as a free kick. No, it won't. That's what it looked like was happening.
Oh, Ronaldo
Eliseu's down.
That's interesting, because Eliseu got fouled. Well, there was contact, and the ball ended up at Ronaldo's feet, but he didn't even want anything to do with it. He wanted the free kick, and that's a foul. The referees missed that one. And actually stopped their play. I thought the referee was playing advantage for a second. Ronaldo didn't want it. He wanted a free kick in that spot so he could have a shot at goal. It's going to be a Portuguese throw now.
We'll just give it back to Chile.
Ronaldo still barking at the referee.
Looks like Francisco Silva is going to be the second Chilean substitution, getting his jersey on in the bench area. Bruno Alves under pressure from Rodriguez, able to knock it backwards, and Eliseu gets it clear. Ronaldo's offside. And Vidal just cleans it up back for Claudio Bravo. We did see Arturo Vidal start to really struggle physically here in the extra time. Silva, who we've tended to see in that type of defensive midfield role, and clash of heads there. Yellow card is going to come out on Bruno Alves, in fact.
And the referee's saying it was his forearm as he went up for that one. He caught Hernandez right in the back of the neck. Portugal had gotten what they wanted, though. They'd pressed higher up the field. Bravo kept trying to play out. He was trying to find an outlet, either left back, right back, and yeah, absolutely. He's up over the top of him there. It's the right forearm right in the back of his head. Both center backs now for Portugal are on yellow cards.
Along with William, it's Jara and Pablo Hernandez on yellows for Chile. Francisco Silva will be waiting a moment more before coming on. Isla all the way wide. Cross takes a block. Dangerous ball. Overhead clearance from Eliseu. Just in front of Rodriguez. Isla trying to reset out there, and Aranguiz couldn't do anything with it. Here comes the sub. It'll be Pablo Hernandez who comes off. Francisco Silva, 41-year-old, plays for Cruz Azul. Teammate of Martin Rodriguez, who we saw come on earlier in this match.
Silva perhaps also an option in penalties. He scored the winner against Argentina back in the 2016 Copa America Centenario. So it's now a time you do start to think as a coach, who can take a penalty for me as well.
So each team with 4 of the 5 penalty takers from the shootouts they were in last summer on the field. Strategizing from both coaches. It's held in by Diaz. It's the defeat of Alexis Sanchez. He's got a couple different options with the substitute. Silva just came on. He goes down to the heat. Referee waving it away. Alireza Fagani.
Well, surprised
signaling for a goal kick.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't given him a yellow card here, because if he doesn't think that from Silva, and there was contact. The
Chilean TV commentators to our left and in front of us have just gone ballistic right now because they've seen the replay. Juan Antonio Pizzi is somewhat more good-naturedly talking towards the 4th official and the assistant referee. You've got, including Jair Marufo, MLS referee, looking at this in the video assistant referee cabin in the broadcast compound outside the Kazan Arena. And if they feel there's sufficient evidence that there was a clear and obvious error to the call on the field, they can tell Alireza Fagani to take a look at it. Now, if the ball is restarted after this free kick, they can no longer go back and look at it.
And John, I think the key is what you said, clear and obvious, because they would have known the referee was right behind it. He would have seen all of it, and his judgment on that not being a penalty and that there being contact, but perhaps Silva oversold it.
So there's no review now, regardless of what they thought in there. There will be no review with Cedric trying to find space for a cross on Bosayor. Cedric setting it in. Bravo coming all the way out. Got a touch to it. He's got to scramble back into his goal as Bruno Alves chases it down to the corner. Back for Nani. Eliseu. Nani once more. Nani will send in the cross. Ronaldo and Fonte are in there. It's knocked down. It's just poked away in front of him. How can Chile escape? Marcelo Diaz. Across for Alexis Sanchez. Tangle of legs with Cedric. Another yellow card. 3 of the 4 Portuguese defenders now sitting on yellows.
Yeah, Sanchez had skipped away from Cedric. One of the few times this game he's managed to get around him. And that incident earlier in the box, it'll be a talking point, but I think the referee got it right. There's a little bit of contact, not enough. And from a neutral perspective, it would have been a shame to see this game decided on a call as marginal as that in the box. Penalty this late on.
Gelson preparing me the 4th and final substitution for Portugal. Chile still have 2 remaining. A little more than 5 minutes plus whatever stoppage time the referee wants to give before we would go to a penalty shootout. Jara couldn't hook it in for Bosayor. Quaresma couldn't turn and run with it. Vidal down in real pain. Chilean bench is really upset. Bosier's trying to tell his teammates to put the ball on a play. They have it. It's Isla carrying forward. Aranguiz couldn't get back to that first touch. Rui Patricio gets it clear, and his clearance goes out of play on the far side. And real concern now as Arturo Vidal is down.
Yeah, it just gets raked on the ankle by the left foot of Andre Gomes. Should have gotten a yellow card for that when it was late. He's given a few yellow cards for similar challenges throughout this game.
And Gomes escapes off the field as the fourth and final substitute replaced by Gilson, the 22-year-old, making this his 10th appearance for Portugal. So Vidal with a little bit of a limp. Back to his feet. It is a Chilean throw off of Rui Patricio's clearance that went straight out. Diaz looking to return it out wide. It's a long run, and too long a run, in fact, for Isla, who's got to sprint all the way back now. So Portugal taking full advantage of that rule change in the last year to use the fourth substitution. Ronaldo missing that in the air, almost allowed it to fall to Nani. Aranguiz needs it clear upfield. Martin Rodriguez is chasing. Patricio's ball to the feet of Vidal. Alexis has a couple of different runners, including the substitute Silva, taking it himself. Alves got his body in the way. Nani couldn't keep it in play. Just about 3 minutes plus whatever stoppage time Reza Fagani wants to give at the end of extra time. Otherwise, we head to the shootout. Alexis on the turn, looking to return it out wide. Eliseu's attempted clearance, bouncing back into the middle. Ronaldo is there, laying it off. William, heavy touch. Vidal slides in, didn't get the ball. And now he's going to get right nose to nose with the referee.
Normally a challenge that might get a yellow card, but I don't think the referee wanted to give him one because he let Andre Gomes go earlier.
Cedric. Gilson. Looks like Chile might be trying to scramble one more player in on the field. Good header, one on the outside by Aranguiz. Alexis just trying to flip it over for Silva, who returns it. Alexis bring it down. He's got Rodriguez in front of him. Alexis rolled all the way wide now. Here comes the cross all the way for Silva. He able to bring it down. Silva circling it around on Cedric. Back from it. Off the post. The rebound is off the bar.
Oh my goodness.
Martin Rodriguez had the follow-up. It would have been a tight offside decision, twice off the woodwork in the 119th minute.
I mean, the technique from Vidal just to hit this off the outside of the boot. It's slicing away. Patricio's nowhere near it, and then it's a reactive left foot stab from Rodriguez off the crossbar.
Here they come again for more. It's Aranguiz on the ball, sending in the cross, sent away by Bruno Alves. Isla brings it back down. He's fouled. Will play on the cross. Alexis, can he bring it down? Yes, he can. Alexis! It was deflected away. Someone threw his body in front. Jose Fonte, the man who was there. Players collapsing around the turf. That's out for a Chilean corner.
Heroic defending from Jose Fonte, because Alexis's touch, just to control the ball in such tight quarters. Then he sent William for a dummy. He opened up the half space, and Fonte comes to the rescue.
41,000 fans to their feet. Chile want to sneak in this last, for them, probably substitution. Jose Fuenzalida. It'll be Isla who comes off. Fuenzalida, who we saw regularly at the Copa America Centenario. Didn't play against Germany, now just getting on right at the end. As an option for penalties, or maybe, just maybe, a hero at the very death.
Fasten your seatbelt.
It'll be 1 extra minute. It'll be Charles Aranguiz to take the corner for Chile. Outswinger from him. Vidal was up for it. Nani got there with his head. Boseur. Furthest back.
Just want to
Diaz.
Put one up in the mix now, get the second ball.
Are playing long for Aranguiz. Can he get there? No.
Look at that strike from Vidal, and it was Rodriguez. He thought he had the winner. Not sure if he might have been offside on that initial strike, but maybe Portugal had kept him onside. And when the more looks he gets at that one, he'll realize what a golden opportunity he had to ice this game and send Chile to the final. Instead, it looks like it's going to be decided by penalties.
Well, nobody has scored, but everybody, including us, is out of breath, and we're going to need a penalty shootout to decide this FIFA Confederations Cup semi-final. 120 minutes in the books. No score between Portugal and Chile. More from Kazan after this.
Oh, snap.
Every truck guy has their own way.
Major moments in that last set of extra time. 113th minute, Silva goes down, told to get up. The replay seemed to show, gentlemen, he was stepped on.
Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. He was stepped on, all right.
Yeah.
Look, there it is.
What's the first thing everyone was screaming?
VAR! Why are we not using VAR? Go to your ear, listen to somebody, and then this. As good as a double rainbow, a double post in the 119th.
Unbelievable. Great strike there.
Oh, my
but that is great reactions from rugby. But that was just brilliant. Brilliant. I was so excited at that stage.
4 words for you. Are you not entertained? Scoreless after regulation, scoreless after 30 minutes of extra time. So we are now off to what it's technically called kicks from the mark. And Lex, this brings up a fascinating topic. Will we see our friends from VAR during this?
Well, I was just talking to Dr. Joe, and I was of the opinion that VAR is going to be used. It's available. It's right there. So maybe if a goalkeeper moves early, it comes up. But he has said to me that VAR is used to judge goals, and this is just a kick from the spot. So we are in some uncharted territory here. Whatever happens, I don't know. We'll see if a kick is called back, if a goalkeeper moves early or something like that, and if it actually is used from up top, or if it's in the traditional way of the referees that are down on the field.
Wow. Video assistant refereeing. It's been a huge talking point throughout the course of this tournament. Will we see it utilized here in kicks from the mark?
Shoot.
Bravo, the captain, with the words.
I just feel that if...
Okay.
Now the fighting spirit of La Roja. Vidal thought he had the game winner just moments ago.
Oh, my God. What a shot.
Remember, Fernando, Chile, they are accustomed to this type of pressure and this type of situation.
Don't remind me. I suffered through 2 Copa Americas in a row. The one in Chile and the one Centenario here in USA. So I guess they are calm, cool, and collected. And, well, we'll see.
Remember, last summer in the Euros, in the quarterfinals, Portugal took care of Poland in penalties. So both of these nations know about big tournaments and playing them late and playing them in stressful situations. There's Bravo getting set to man the pipes for Chile for the call of kicks from the mark. Again, out live, Kazan Arena, John Strong and Stu Holden.
And quickly, penalty taker, penalty maker to win the shootout in MLS Cup 2006 for the Houston Dynamo. What's the key for these players? Same situation.
You got to pick your spot, stay with it. Try not to take in all the surroundings, because a lot of times there's distraction from goalkeepers and the crowd. You get thrown off by a little movement here and there, but you just have to pick your spot, go with it, concentrate, and hope it hits the back of the net.
Reza Fagani calling both goalkeepers over. This renewed emphasis on goalkeepers staying on their line till the ball is kicked. Now each, as we've said, have experience in a positive way in these shootouts. Bravo making a decisive save in each of the penalty shootout wins over Argentina, the last two Copa America finals. Rui Patricio did have one save he made against Poland in that shootout at the European Championship. It's a fourth straight summer in a shootout for Chile. They lost to Brazil in the World Cup round of 16. Here comes Arturo Vidal to take. Now he missed the opening attempt of last summer's Copa America final. He had it saved. Messi then put it over the bar, and it was all even. We've seen Vidal struggling a bit physically. We saw him miss a penalty over the bar for Bayern Munich against Cristiano Ronaldo and Real Madrid this spring in the Champions League. Can Rui Patricio start on the right foot for Portugal, or can Arturo Vidal get Chile going in the shootout, which he does?
Full of confidence, runs up and smashes it. No goalkeeper in the world is saving that one. When it's hit with that type of venom, hits the side netting. And that's how you want to start a penalty shootout. Your leader, your talisman, just shows up and gets everybody fired up.
Quaresma in the shootout last summer, the European Championship, blasted it straight down the middle. The last penalty taker to take in that shootout for Portugal. Saved!
He goes early, Claudio Bravo. He reads the movement, the run-up from Quaresma as he goes across, comes across his body, whips that right foot around. Bravo read it early. Big save. Advantage Chile.
Aranguiz made at MetLife Stadium last summer. Blasted it high just to his right. It's a long walk back. Charles Aranguiz to really give Chile the advantage. And they've got the edge now.
And that's what you talk about, picking your spot, having faith. You go down the middle, you hope that the goalkeeper guesses. Patricio goes, it was good contact from Aranguiz, strikes right through the ball, powerful down the middle.
Moutinho went bottom left in the shootout last summer. Interesting, there was Cristiano Ronaldo who went first last year when they lost a shootout in the 2012 European Championship. He was fifth. They never got to him.
There's a lot of gamesmanship from Claudio Bravo, taking his time to get in the net, getting his water, trying to get a little edge.
Dancing around in there as João Moutinho approaches. Another save!
And the Chilean commentators to our left are losing their mind. But Bravo again, it's identical to the first save. He goes again. Moutinho, typically right-footers are going to want to go to their left where they can strike across it. You can shape it sometimes, you can disguise it to go to your right, but when you come across, Bravo read it all the way. Excellent saves.
Alexis had been subbed out in the final last year, but he made the decisive kick in the final 2 years ago. He could put Chile on the verge. Rui Patricio needs a save, or needs to see it miss. Chile are close.
Just a real confidence to Alexis Sanchez as he walked up to this one. It's a calm run up. And much like the players for Portugal went to that same side, Patricio Guest the other way.
Nani has to make this. If it's a miss or a save, Chile win. They might not get to Ronaldo again. Nani, who made last summer, chipping into the upper right-hand corner. If Bravo saves, if Nani misses, Chile advance to a major final for a third consecutive summer. And the longtime veteran keep Portugal in it. Another save, 3 out of 3. Claudio Bravo, the hero. Chile on to the Confederations Cup final. It's becoming an annual tradition. Chile winning shootouts on to finals. We will see them Sunday night in St. Petersburg. Who will join them? We'll find out tomorrow. Bravo being celebrated. What a night here in Kazan. Let's
John, Stu, thank you. The energy just as high in the studio as it is there at Kazan Arena. Claudio Bravo, 3 penalties faced, 3 saves. Quaresma, Moutinho, Nani denied by the Chilean captain. And remember, he was injured, didn't even play the first couple games. The Pitbull, Modello and company off to St. Pete for Sunday's final. Ronaldo doesn't even get a chance to step up and take a penalty. The oldest team here at the Confederations Cup, Chile, moves on to their 3rd straight major final.
Excuse me, you said Cristiano doesn't have a chance. He had a chance. He didn't have a chance, or he didn't want to take the chance?
You'll have to ask him. I'm pretty sure he won't answer that question.
Let me call him. Let me call him.
It was a quick exit for Ronaldo. And the celebrations continue for La Roja. What a crowd they've had traveling with them across Russia. And there's the captain denying Nani.
Terrible penalties.
It was a slew of really terrible penalties for Portugal, Ian.
I got to give him credit for the saves, to be honest. I can't. You've got to say, for Portugal, the penalties that they took with the player. And again, like Cristiano Ronaldo's taking the 5th one, he's got to get in there. After the first one or the second, he's got to get in there and get them on, get a penalty scored at least. He's got to get on there.
When you read the list, already you can change. I'm sorry, my...
It's up to you.
If you have the list already done and give it to the ref, can you change?
There's your guy, Fernando. Vidal, jersey off. Somebody's about to get a magnificent souvenir.
That's my man. He should give it to me.
I don't think you can, Fernando.
No, it's I'm going to Russia, man. I'm going to Russia tomorrow.
Now, Chile's off to St. Petersburg. Bravo and company victorious. And it's now Mexico or Germany tomorrow. Live on Fox Sports Go to find out who will take on Vidal and Chile.
La roja is la blanca.